It works.
Yeah. Were there chairs over? What? Those are from the previous.
Well, it is flexible.
Those are from the
Easily.
1960s.
Looks like a refinish on this wood.
Yeah. They had been sanctuary, and then they came into the new sanctuary. So they always take a break and reinstall. Yeah. And now.
Same glass pieces.
Yes. You buy. No, the way we go in, you can buy the old end pieces from you.
They're more like slot glass pieces. To make the case.
Oh, here.
I have a bottle. We'll need more for tomorrow. I think Jonathan likes glasses of water. 2 glasses of water for tomorrow. I'm okay for now. Thanks.
Oh, just. Do we have any?
Did they just change it? It used to be less perfect. They did.
Mr. Seaman. And there it was nice to hear your voice. It's like a, it's like a like a, whatever they call it. Yeah. And that we made so much more. No, that's like the old roads. But the old configuration.
Test 1, 2. Alejandro? I don't think the sound system is. Yeah? Test 1, 2? No. Test 1, 2?
Yep.
Wait, what? And then recognize the voice.
Oh, I really?
I knew that. I was 2 years away from being in Europe. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. I've been meaning to well. That's right.
No. Let's go back. Hey, you. Good.
I forgot, we didn't roll a scroll for upstairs.
I did.
Oh, you did, okay, okay.
So it's all good for down here?
We're good, and we're good up there.
I rolled upstairs.
Okay.
You did. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But don't worry about it. I just want to know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you don't, yeah.
You're stopping and saying, so that, you know. My buddy.
Yeah, he is.
Mystery.
It's kind of, I take it as a microaggression, but.
I don't think it is.
No, I don't. Get going. All right. Wow.
It's here.
That usually only happens on Kol Nidre because we actually need to get started. But, you know, it's a small crowd, but I'll take that one. So how was everyone doing? Good. New seats, huh? You get the pick of the litter. Shana Tova, everybody.
Shana Tova.
So I want to do a couple of the readings that I always do at the beginning on page 2. I'm on the right-hand margin. Rosh Hashanah. The celebration of the new year involves a mixture of emotions. On the one hand, there is a sense of gratitude at having lived to this time. Last year, we may have prayed that we be given another year, and thankfully, we are here to see this day. Many of us come to synagogue and joyously greet old friends and members of the community, which you're doing now, both those we know well and those we have not seen for some time. Some of us celebrate that we are once again with family. I'm going to skip down a few lines. On the other hand, the beginning of the new year raises anxiety. What will my fate be this year? Will I live out the year? Will I be healthy? You can continue reading. I'm going to skip to the bottom. The rabbis formulated the variety of emotions of this day by having God say to us, half this day is for you and half for me. It is a day of extraordinary seriousness as we face our Creator and reveal our deepest selves. It is a day of joy as we revel in the community surrounding us and celebrate the gift of life with them. So Rosh Hashanah is kind of a strange holiday. It's this bifurcated holiday that is, on the one hand, all about God. We are standing in front of God, pleading with God to be given another year. We imagine God on this exalted throne. We pray to God the King. We throw in the Avinu, the Father part, hoping that King will be a merciful King. But on the other hand, this holiday is all about us. The Kiddush that we say says, Mekadesh Yisrael. It begins by that we, the people, make this holiday holy and not the other way around as with Shabbat, where we're not even mentioned. God sanctifies Shabbat. In some sense, it's as if without us, God would be still sitting on that throne, but without any people. And that's what we need to hold on to. Anybody know what it says about Rosh Hashanah in the Torah? Yes, Rachel? I saw you, Stephen, but Rachel raised her hand
It says
first.
Yom Truah.
Yom
a day of
Teruah, okay.
blasts.
Day of blasts. There's one more. Okay, so it's the day of Yom HaZikaron, okay? So we have two references to today. It's the day of blowing the shofar, and it's the day of remembrance or a day of memory. And I think those both give us an insight into where this holiday is for God and where it is for us. And those are things that we need to hold on to figure out where we stand in relation to God, in relation to the tradition, and vice versa. And hold on to both of these truths. That it's not like some of these other holidays where we know what the purpose is for. The purpose here is for us to be here. And if you're here tonight, and Daniel, here's your sports reference, coming tonight is kind of like the layup lines of these high holidays. We're just here to get ready. It's a short service. You're going to go home and eat. You get a relish in whatever traditions your family have or whoever you're eating with. And then the real work really begins tomorrow. But use this time to figure out what your connection is, how you're going to draw near, and how God is going to draw near to you, or how the tradition is going to draw near to you, and what you need to do, what you need to hear in those shofar blasts to come closer.
We'll begin the evening service on page 5.
Please rise.
Yai dai 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 dai. Die, 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 die. Baruch et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam Vaed.
May be seated. We continue with the first blessing before the Shema on page 5.
Umavir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai tzvaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam vaed. Yai nai 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 nai. Nine, 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 nine. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
Top of page 6.
ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. נאי 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 נאי. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Continue silently on page 6 and 7.
Adonai Elohechem Emet V'emunah Kol Zov V'Kayam. Continue in the middle of page 8. Umalchuto Beratzon kiblu alehem Moshe uMiriam uvnei Israel lecha anu shira besimcha rabba ve'amru cholam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh Noda tehilot o seifele malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokeyam lifnei Moshe ze Eli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch leolam vaed ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב O gealo miyad chazak mimenu, miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
Turn to the top of page 9.
Let's read the beautiful prayer of Hashkivenu together in English on the left-hand side. Together, allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully and to awaken again to life, our sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace, restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us, remove from us enemies and pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow, and remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you are the sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace, Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us and over all the people Israel and over Jerusalem. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, yai nai 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 nai, yai nai 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 nai, Baruch atah Adonai hapore sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Top of page 10. Tik'u v'chodesh shofar b'kesel leyom chagenu ki chok liYisrael hu mishpat le'Elohei Yaakov.
Chatzi Kaddish, page 10.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba ve'alema divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayedecho beit Yisrael Bagala uvizman kariv v'imero amen yesh meraba mevarach le'alam ulamei almaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei l'kudsha bericho le'ela le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imeru amen.
If you are able to, we rise for the silent Amidah, which begins on page 11. The formal text runs from page 11 to 17. And be alert to the liturgical changes for Rosh Hashanah. And kind of just like being in this new space, allow the changes to keep you alert, but also alert to what those changes might be saying to us.
When you have finished the Amidah, you may be seated. We continue with Kaddish Shalem on page 19. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei Rabba amen ve'alema divra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael b'gala u'v'zman kariv ve'imero amen. Yeheshme Rabba mevarach le'alam u'lamei Amaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu le'ela le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata tamiran be'alma ve'imero amen. Tikabal tzoton uvauton dechol Yisrael kodam avuhon divishmaya ve'imero amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imero amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Amen.
Shana Tova, everybody.
Shana Tova.
At the beginning, I forgot to mention something I mention every year, and I think it's the most important thing to mention at the beginning. This Machzor is an amazing book. The liturgy is the same as any other Machzor. Not the translation, but the Hebrew is. But what makes this book so special are the readings on the margins. So I encourage you to spend as much time with the liturgy as you want, but know that is just as sacred of an experience can be found in the margins. And if you see something that you really like, a reading that you really like, a interpretive translation, a meditation, point it out. Maybe we'll read it, maybe we'll insert it next year, but I encourage you to spend time on the sides of the page. It's a funny thing to begin working on high holiday sermons in the spring, but that's what I do. I need it for my own peace of mind. I want to be able to enjoy August, and without having some sermons already written, summer ends at the end of July. But I also think it's important for the ideas to linger, allow them to work on me, because if that doesn't happen, I don't think that this practice of giving a sermon will have any meaning. And I'm not alone in this, and there's always banter on Facebook groups, rabbinic banter on Facebook groups about the futility of this exercise because of the inevitability of something significant coming up that compels many rabbis to devote at least one high holiday sermon to it. In this summer, we saw that play out in really dramatic and stark terms. Seemingly every week, the ground beneath our feet was shaking, and our former sense of having roots gave way to the earthquakes that just seemed to keep coming and coming. Abortion, gun violence, climate change. These are issues that Judaism has an opinion on, along with root causes to help locate. I have opinions on them. We should have opinions on them, and we should figure out what we need to do to act. And I do not plan on speaking about them. I think it's short-sighted to to think that what I should be addressing those issues. I don't think that's why we come here. Not on these days. That's not what we need to hear, not now and not from me. I do understand the urge to hear your rabbi address an issue you care about, and one where you may feel that there is real weight to hearing your rabbi address them, or to gain clarity on an issue from a Jewish perspective. Those are important. But my sermon time is not to address the fleeting power of politics, but it should be for the eternal impact of shaping our lives for the better and using our wisdom and using our community to do that. I don't think a sermon will ever solve the deadlock of broken partisan politics or some of the other more pernicious moral failures of our day. But I do think that a conversation that we have here, even if it begins with just me speaking, can lead to meaningful changes to ourselves. And then that will lead to more significant changes. I understand and I certainly feel the brokenness in the world acutely. And we are without question, as I said last year, and it's even more so this year, living in disruptive and unsettling times. But our goal here for these days must be to figure out how we can make a genuine and sincere effort to heal, to mend the brokenness that we see and feel around us. A way to come to the issue of these large-scale issues are solved, I think, by coming here and being in community. And to that end, I think we can think about it like a Jewish wedding. You end a Jewish wedding not by saying, "Now you may kiss," but you say Mazel Tov. You break the glass, and this is the not so subtle way of telling us that the world is broken, and that this couple, along with their entire community, must take that completeness that they feel in that moment and spread it, mending the shattered fragments of a world that was once whole. I think the idea of addressing those big issues in a sermon is about tikkun olam, and that's not where my interest is. I think our interest needs to be tikkun atzmo, to find the means to repair the damage we have caused to ourselves and to others, as well as finding the best way to forgive ourselves and to forgive others. That is the location of impact. That is the location that will have an impact that will ripple well beyond our borders. And so that's my plan. That's what I plan on talking about over the next week, and that is the work that we must all be homing in on. And we must believe that by working on a piece of ourselves, the piece of ourselves that may be open to change, that we'll be able to find the energy to dig deep beyond our tough exterior and find a way to get closer to the person that we're supposed to be, and then closer to the people around us, coming to something that is much closer to whole. We spend a lot of our time in our daily lives reading of the great problems of the world, and in some room a few blocks away from here, they're discussing grand solutions to those problems. Maybe some of you are the people suggesting that very solution. But I believe this is the room where it actually happens. This is where the modest tweaks to perspective, the grand embrace of humility will lead to small shifts in the flow of a river of pain that always seems to be picking up speed. I don't want the best paddle, but to create a dam, a blockage, a better means of operating in the world rather than learning how to safely navigate it and to navigate it alone. And that will not happen unless we decide to change and to change together, to drill down and be inspired and to keep going because we know that the person sitting next to us will, and that the person sitting next to us will hold us accountable. It will happen when we decide to embrace being big rather than being small, while knowing that the person next to us is a part of our community and that we're going to do it together. And a year from now, God willing, we'll all be back here. We'll be striking our chest for sins all over again. But just maybe, it will be for fewer sins. Having the communal and spiritual means to heal yourself just a little bit. So let's make that our task. Let's make this the room where it happens, or upstairs in the atrium, this whole space. And let's make it happen this year. Shana Tova. We rise now for Kiddush. Page 24.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol am, v'romemanu mikol lashon, v'kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'atiten lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava, et yom hazikaron hazeh, Yom Mikra Kodesh, Yom Trua Mikra Kodesh, Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Vacharta, Veotanu Kidashta Mikol Ha'amim, Udvarcha Emet, Vekayam La'ad, Baruch Ata Adonai, Melech al Kol Haaretz, Mekadesh Yisrael, V'yom hazikaron. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. They gave me real wine, not like the...
We
Continue with Aleinu on page 25. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu ki goyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שנותן שמיים כי המלכות שלך היא, ולא מעטים לך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We turn to page 27 for the Psalm of the season, Psalm 27.
LeDavid Adonai Revishi Mimira. Adonai is my light and my help. Whom shall I fear? Achat sha'ati me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Achat sha'ati me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Shivti beveit Adonai kol yemei chayai lachazot benoam Adonai ulevaker behechalo lachazot benoam Adonai ulevaker behechalo. Kids beneni besufa. Lulehem anti l'rot betuv Adonai be'eretz chaim kaveh el Adonai chazak v'yametz libecha v'kaveh el Adonai.
We turn back to page 26 for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Today, on the 1st of Tishrei, we remember Erwin Esser Berman, Sarah L. Bazark, Abraham Kasseloff, William Cody, Edith Goodman, Florence Hirschman, Lena Jacobs, Genevieve W. Lazarus, and Anna Sloan. May their memory continue to impact our lives. All those observing a yahrzeit or saying Kaddish, page 26. Yit Gadal, V'yit Gadash, Shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
Ba'amla Divrach Hiruteh, Ba'amlich Malchuteh, B'chayachon Uv'meichon, Uv'chay Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'gula Uzman Kari V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah, Mevarach, Le'olam Omayah. Yibarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpahar, V'yitvonan, V'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, V'yitalev, V'yitalal, Shmei Dekudsha, Richu. Le'ela, min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush birchata v'nechamata, Damiran b'amla v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shamayim, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mirav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Shana Tova, everybody.
Shana Tova.
Pretty good timing, okay? So there's not that many people here. Rachel, you davened beautifully and efficiently. Spend a few minutes more lingering. Say hello to someone. Introduce yourself to someone you do not know. That person you haven't seen in a year, you don't exactly remember their name, just say, I don't remember your name, Shana Tova, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It is the right thing to do. So do that. And then tomorrow, we will begin in here with Chuck Bernstein leading Pesukei de Zimra at 8:45. Minyan Katan will be upstairs in the Mandel room at
9:30.
9:30. Na'aseh v'nishma will be in the chapel at 9:45. And then after the Torah service in here, when Na'aseh v'nishma concludes upstairs, we'll be having a ceremony, a ritual to dedicate this new sanctuary. So please be here for that. And after that, there'll be a sermon, and after that, Dan Liebenson will lead a discussion in the library. Then tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, we will be doing Tashlich. Then Tuesday, we'll do it all over again. Okay, Yasher Kochech to Rachel. Thank you, and Yasher Koach to Hannah back there. And to Mike. Looking forward to seeing more of you. And just another word. If you've been here many times, you know that you heard those different services. Try different things out tomorrow. Okay? Don't just stay in your seat or linger out in the atrium. Try different services. Something might work on you. You might really not like it. The only way to know is to try it out.
Shabbat shalom. Oh, sorry. Shana Tova.
Shana
Shana Tova.
Rosh
Yasher
Hashanah.
Koach to you. I was a little too quick there. We'll have a little shofar tomorrow too, as well, and on Tuesday. So we'll look forward to that. We conclude this evening with Yigdal on page 28. Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabah Nimtza ve'enet el metziuto Echad ve'en yachid ke'ichudo Ne'elam ve'gam en sof le'achduto Ein lo demut haguf ve'eino guf Lo na'aroch elav kedushato Kadmo lechol davar asher nivra Rishon ve'en reshit l'reshito Hino Adon Olam v'chol notzar Yoreh gedulato u'malchuto Shefa nevuato netano El anshe segulato v'tifarto Lo kam beYisrael kemo she'od Navi u'mabid et emunato Torah emet natan le'amoel Al yad nevio Ne'eman beito Lo yachal Yifa'el Ve'lo yamir dato Le'olamim Le'zulato Tzofeh ve'yodea Setarenu Ma'abid le'sof davar Be'kadmato Gomer le'ish chesed kemifalo Noten le'rashara kerishato Yishlach leketz yamin meshichenu Lifdot mechakeketz Yeshuato Meitim Yechayel Berov Chasdo Baruch Adeyad Shem Tehilato Meitim Yechayel Berov Chasdo Baruch Adeyad Shem Tehilato
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova. Baruch Tia.
It was almost like a trick for your, you missed the question.
I know. I know.